Hello, Servus Grissai. Welcome back to the podcast. He is a bird. I am your host, Sean Shelton. And I have the superstar, Sandro Platzgummer here. He is back. Sandy, first of all, congratulations. Sandro Platzgummer is now a member of the New York Giants. And congratulations and thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much, Sean. It's nice to be here again.
Of course, good. We're getting a lot of new people to our first interview that we did a couple of weeks ago prior to you finding out this huge news. And so for some context, I am actually the quarterback of the club that Sandro previously played for. And so, Sandy, my first question is it fair for me to take part of the credit of your success? Because when people have been asking about it, it's like, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have done any of it with a worse quarterback. You know, without me, Sandro Platzgummer would have never made it to where he is today. Is that fair for me to say?
I'm sure we will get to that, but I'm pretty sure you're at least part of it. Yeah, sure.
Definitely. Good. I'm glad we can agree on that because I agree. I mean, who knows if John Doe would have been quarterback for the Swagger Raiders? Who knows if you're in the league?
To be honest, it would have been better if you were if we had a quarterback that's not as good as you, because then I would have gotten more
we would have ran the ball more often.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Hey, Sandy, has it sunk in yet? Like, is it like when you go to bed at night, do you just lay down and holy crap, I'm in the NFL?
It honestly, right now, it feels more like a movie to me, especially because I don't know when it's going to start because of this virus thing.
Mm-hmm.
If not for the virus, I would have already been in New York right now, which is pretty incredible. So it's really interesting to see. Every night I go to bed, I don't feel like I'm part of the Giants yet because I'm still at home. I'm not really doing a lot. I'm just waiting until I can get there and just trying to stay in shape.
Right. In a normal situation, like you alluded to, you would have been on a plane to New York as soon as the draft was over and as soon as they called you. So what is the situation now? Do you know?
I mean, I'm waiting basically until the until the training facility can open again, and it can only open until all 32 teams can open their facilities, so it's fair. So until nobody can train there, I can't go there either, which makes sense because what should I do in New York if I can't meet with anybody and can't be anywhere? That doesn't really make sense.
That's true. How did it? And I'm sure you've gotten this question. How many interviews have you done since you announced that you made it?
I didn't really count, but it must be about 20-ish, I guess.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I guarantee you almost all of them asked you this, but how can you explain to us or kind of walk us through what you've the range of emotions or what you felt when they said, "Hey, Sandro, you're in. You made it. You're a New York Giant." What did that feel like?
Well, the first call was on Saturday already, because I already knew I made the program. It was just a question of which of the four teams is going to be. So I already knew part of it.
Yeah, but when they told you made it.
When they told me I made it or made it to the Giants?
No, when you just made it, you knew you were in the NFL.
I know you have seen the video, so I was kind of calm.
But what happened in that brain of yours?
The thing is, I already got a package the week before, actually two packages that I was not supposed to open, and I didn't ask anybody, but in the end it just ended up some people asking me, well, did you get a package or not? And I figured well, yes, I did, and then they said okay, it's probably a good sign because only 4 guys got the package, and then I kind of knew already it's probably going to be a good message.
True.
So I wasn't really surprised as much. And also we've been talking before, and I mean the chance was at least 50%, in the end. And I think I did pretty well there. So it was not like I was super surprised. I mean, I had some time to let it sink in over this quarantine. that it might happen. And then obviously I was still super happy. I was excited. And when I put the Giants hat on, and everybody's like applauding, and like, then everything goes crazy on the media, and then it just sometimes it takes some time to sink in.
Even if I got packages and I knew that was a good sign, I think I would have reacted differently. If you guys haven't seen, there's a video of Sandro finding out for certain on the New York Giants page. And was that video you found out you made it to the program, but not what team yet? Correct.
Exactly. Yes,
Right.
I knew I would go. I was going to get a call on Monday by a team.
So on
That's what I.
Saturday, you found out you made it to the program, and they released the video of it. And in a nutshell, it was like, "Hey Sandro, I wish this could be in person, uh, because I'd rather do this in person, whether it be positive or negative." And you were like, "Yeah, okay." And then he was like, "We want to thank you for all the hard work. You brought such positive energy
Yeah,
to the camp in
took some
Florida."
time.
And you're like, "Yeah, let's get to it." So you were like, "Yeah, okay." And it's like, "We just want to, we think you did a great job." You're like, "Yeah, uh-huh." And then and he's like, "Sandro, you made it to the league." And like your reaction was like a big smile, which was great. You're like, "Thank you so much for the opportunity." And then it was like right back, straight faced.
That's a good thing actually that you said it like that, because it is really like that, because I just feel like I mean, so my girlfriend always tells me, and some people always tell me, like, enjoy this moment. It's great to be here. I earned it. I'm
Absolutely.
already more successful than maybe every Austrian football player ever. And then I feel like, well, I got this chance, and I still, everybody has to be lucky to get a chance like that as well. Like, it's hard work, but just by getting hard work doesn't have to mean you will get to the situation every time.
Right. Right.
And then I feel like I'm just in the situation right now to really succeed even more, and the hard work starts now. So at first, like, I was happy that I made the program, and I was really excited where I was going to go. But also, I think this is just the start. I hope this is going to be a great thing, and
I'm sure you'll
a
make
lot
it
more
one.
work ahead.
But do you want to know how I would have reacted?
You would probably cry.
I'm going to show you. So let's go
What's
gallery mode.
like a
So
TikTok dance?
I want you to tell me that I just made the NFL.
Okay, Sean Shelton,
Mm-hmm.
you've done a great job in the last few weeks, and I'm happy to say, in your case, that you made this program. You're gonna be in the league, Sean.
Yes! Yes! That's what you tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm the man. So I think something like that would have been how I would have reacted. So,
I see. But to be honest, I mean, it's hard to plan a reaction. I guess you planned that reaction right now. But
no, I didn't
I'm just
prepare at
like, I
all.
think, I
I
think,
didn't. That was right off the top of the head.
I think if you compare it to the guys from the draft, like, I mean, getting drafted is even bigger, obviously, because you're like, you have like you're probably a millionaire from the moment you get drafted. But I think if you look at the guys that get drafted, it's just different people, right? Like, some are happy. I mean, all of them are happy, but some, like, are really calm. Some people might go crazy, and some of them might cry. So I think I'm just more the type that, like, calm, and I just try to focus on the moment and focus on my future.
Sandra,
I think that's just the way
be
it is.
honest, how'd my
Oh,
body
you're
look
right.
just now? Don't be too hard. It's quarantine body.
I was about to say it looks
Not
like
that it looks much
looks
different
like
than
quarantine.
usual. So, okay.
It looks like you're going to be a father soon. or actually you're already a father. That's how it looks like. It's a
Hey, good
dad
point.
bod, you know.
Good point. Good point. Um, no, I think you handled yourself very well, much better than most people. You handled it. I think you represented Tyrolean men very well and very stoic person. Thank you so much. You will not be disappointed. I promise. So I think I was very impressed by that video, but knowing you, I also was very happy watching it. So moving on, that's how I would have reacted. I think you did a great job. But now it's happened. You've had like 5 days, 3 days since the Giants, or 5 days since whatever the case may be. I'm sure you've thought about what it's going to be like. So what are some of your expectations moving forward? What do you expect from this 2-year minimum experience that you're on?
Well, the good thing is that I'm in contact with most of the guys from the last years, for example Jakob Johnson, and also now Marcus Kuhn, which has played for
Ah,
he has
yeah.
played for the Giants quite a while, very successful, and he contacted me. We already had a phone call, and he's working for the Giants on the front desk now. So I got somebody in there that
No, that's
already
great.
knows me, that
That's great.
and I already know that I like everything that I achieved in Europe and with the Raiders, like everything, all the name that I already had here, like it doesn't really count a lot there. So whenever I get there, I'm just ready to be nobody again and to really have to work myself up to being somebody again, and then
Hmm.
just just having to just trying to learn from Saquon Barkley and all the other guys, trying to compete with the, let's say, like the bottom part of the running backs list.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna try to compete with the best ones. That's just not realistic. And making the active roster would be the ultimate goal at first. Like that's the
It'd be
first goal.
amazing.
At least I want to achieve that in like the first 2 years at least. That would be awesome. And that's also a big part is also special teams. So I would have to get my head like straight. I would have to really compete in practice, which
Hmm.
is a little bit different with the Raiders. You will like when you're kind of a starter in a team, you get put out of some unnecessary special teams. You don't do scout team as much.
Right.
You really have to just play well and not practice as hard anymore, especially before the big games when you want to keep the legs up. So I think that's going to change. Like the practices are going to be my games then, and
Yeah,
the games are going to
absolutely.
be nothing for me, I guess, because I probably won't be there. So
We'll see.
that's
Maybe at
one thing, and
first.
I just have to start at the bottom again.
Yep.
That's true.
But I think that'll be an exciting challenge. So, like I said, there's been, I assume, Americans, a lot of people that don't know you that have been on our first interview, and that the views on that have kind of skyrocketed in the last few days. But I want to take this time to kind of introduce you a little bit and talk about you for people who might not know. Um, Obviously, they've seen your highlight films and they talked about, obviously, you're a talented football player. But what a lot of people don't know that don't know you from the Raiders is that you're a medical student and that you're a little baby genius and you got a 30, correct me if I'm wrong, 35 on the ACT when you took it, or is that rumor?
I didn't take it. I never took an ACT.
Really? Oh,
No,
that's a
there's no
rumor.
ACT.
But
I've never heard that before.
if you did take it, you would have got a 35. And so he's
Out
a
of 50, what's the most? Oh, it's
35 out of
35 the most.
36 or something like
Okay.
that.
I don't even know. I don't
Okay.
even.
Well, that's word on the street, and maybe I made it up, but I'm gonna keep telling people that you did. Um, but so you're this incredibly intelligent kid. You're in your medical studies. Where does this put you as in a personal level? Uh, are you just gonna stop your medical studies and then continue them after this experience is over? Or have you had time to even process this whole whirlwind of news that you got?
Uh, by the time actually I made it to Florida actually, like after the draft, like after the combine. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
after the combine in Germany, when I made it, I contacted my like the one of the highest persons at the medical university in Innsbruck,
Mm-hmm.
and I met him. Like I visited him at the university, and we talked about it. but everything that could happen, like if I make this, what happens then if I come back next year? What if I don't make it? And in the end, basically, what I found out is that if I don't make it at all, I could just come back and then just keep studying. Now with the coronavirus, it's all different. Like I would not have missed anything at all.
Mhm.
But that was one plan,
And now?
which and now I will probably, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this semester at all. It doesn't really matter because this semester is also like a little bit messed up because of the coronavirus. So
Sure.
even if I finish it, I don't really get anything out of it. To be honest, I didn't do anything at the university, and basically I just have 3 more semesters. So the plan right now is just to put everything on ice. Basically, he already actually texted me on per mail. I wanted to contact him, but he already outside on media. So I would just do my thing. Basically, try to come as far as I can in the NFL. And whenever I come back, which will probably end up being like, if let's say if it's 2 years
Hmm.
or 1 year, it'll be next or the year after that in the like January, March. So then I can start the next semester in March, which will be nice. And then I would do the eighth, the ninth, and the 10th semester, and then I'm basically done. I have the practical year, and then I can start working. And if I come back, like even let's hypothetically like say like 10 years, which is probably not going to happen, but if I come back in 10 years, it doesn't really matter. I can still continue with the eighth semester, so it doesn't matter at all, which is really nice. And I have some support there, so whatever happens, I will come back and finish it, and it doesn't matter what time. To be honest.
Well,
So
Sandro, to sit there and say if your NFL career doesn't work, you just have to come back and be a doctor. Um, I think I said it last time, but obviously now even more so, you're in good shape, my man. And honestly, I sincerely mean this. I'm very, very happy for you. I'm so proud of you. You deserve it. You've worked your ass off. You played with a great quarterback, and you've made your way. You've made your way to this thing, and I know you're going to represent us, Austrian football, the Raiders, and you know, Tyrol in general, proud. And thank you so much for joining me again. And best of luck, my friend.
and let me say at this point again, uh, it's not like I don't care about this chance at the NFL if it might sound like that because I
Yeah,
can still come back and finish
it doesn't
university.
sound like
I,
that at all.
I'm gonna okay
It
because
doesn't
I want to
sound like
really
that
put
at
like
all.
I want to put like all my head into this and like just focus on this right now. And whenever I come back, I can just continue what I did
Yeah.
before and just have a break right now. Put
No,
my head into the
that's not
football.
the way I interpreted it. I just asked the question because most people don't stop their medical study to try this NFL thing. So I think you're just in such a unique position, and the only thing that can come out of it is positive, and I'm super happy for you.
Yeah, and I hope I can get some connections as well. Maybe also be able to write my diploma uh, about something that I learned in the NFL as well. Maybe with some athletes and stuff like
Mm,
that. That could be really great. And I also like a doctor from Innsbruck already texted me that he used to study at the University of Notre Dame, I think.
mhm.
So he knows football well. He's a football fan, and he can't believe that I made it. And he also looked up that I made the medicine test in the first attempt, which he thought was pretty nice. And
Baby
that's I think
genius.
that's why he hit me up. I don't know.
Yeah. No, Sandy, congrats again, and best of luck. And I can't wait to follow you through this whole adventure.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
Yep, we will.
Mhm.